The Nigerian diaspora all around the world are among the brightest and greatest professionals and have once again in 2021 recorded the highest remittances to the tune of 21 billion US dollars in sub-Saharan Africa according to a World Bank report. Now this was disclosed by the chairman CEO of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Honorable Dr. Abike Dabiri Erewa, during a parley with Mr. Lamin Barrow, the Director General of the African Development Bank, AFDB, in Abuja. And also the Secretary General of the Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific Studies, OACPS, Mr. Georges Rubello Pinto Chikoti, has stated precisely that when Africa begins to tap, harness and exploit the huge human and capital resources of its diaspora more constructively, Africa's accelerated growth and development becomes inevitable. This is worth waiting for as we bring you the details. This is The Diaspora, your favorite show, and I am Koinsola Adetumbi, your host. Please stay. The NIDCOM boss has extended partnership to the AFDB on the National Diaspora Investment Trust Fund and other programs of the Commission. Please take a listen.
There's no country in the world that has the kind of diaspora that Nigeria has. Yes. Anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. So the idea is, do you just sit back and do nothing about it? So the idea is to engage with them, ensure they are part of the programs and policies of their home country. And the good thing is, the passion, the excitement is there for the diaspora, and we're achieving results. As I speak with you today, the remittances went up by even $2 billion. Wow. And we are the #1 in Africa in terms of remittances to sub-Saharan Africa. That shows the government is doing everything right in engaging the diaspora. And we've had other countries come to us to say, listen, how are you doing it? Gambia, Tanzania, Ethiopia, they visited to say they want to do what we're doing. South Africa is also thinking of having a diaspora commission. So really, we have a few programs, and the first I want to bring to your attention is what we're just going to start out, the Nigerian Diaspora Investment Trust Fund, which we are hoping that the bank can really be a major player in that regard. If Nigerians are remitting 20-something billion dollars to Nigeria, it's going to families, it's going to homes, it's going to basically the economy. But we're saying that we can structurally have an investment platform for the diaspora. Imagine 1 million diaspora put $1,000, that's $1 billion. That they can specifically say we want to invest in this, and they will decide where the investment will be. So we are all set to start the investment trust fund. Mr. President has given us all the go-ahead, but we don't think we can start without African Development Bank being a major driver and part of that fund. And I believe that it will change a lot of narrative and a lot of dynamics about investing in Africa by Africans. Our Diaspora Day is July 25 every year. It's been happening for the past 16 years. But when we got on board, we said we have to make it bigger and make it our national day for the diaspora. So this year, July 25, we're inviting you officially. But beyond that, we're also having a specific segment for the African diaspora. So we're having an African diaspora group headed by a Kenyan that will be coming to Nigeria to prepare for a major summit for 2023 for the African diaspora. So we hope that you can join us. We have the Diaspora Investment Summit. Again, that takes place in November. So we'll be having it in November. Again, we're so proud of our summit. We have Nigerians in the diaspora now looking at areas of healthcare, agriculture, ICT, the food business, and education. Not too long ago, Dr. Basil led a team to the Vice President of Nigerian doctors that have returned to set up their first-class hospitals here in Nigeria and those that came on medical missions. We have the Diaspora Housing Program, where we want to encourage the Nigerians in the diaspora to be able to own their own homes. We hope that AFDB can partner with us in some of our programs, support us in some of our programs, And again, another thing is training.
You are sitting on a gold mine, and the thing is with your passion and your vision and commitment to make it happen in terms of articulating strategies and mechanisms and setting up platforms to make these things happen. The housing fair is a great thing because the medical thing I like a lot because you have, like you say, you have all these doctors in the U.S., in Europe, in everywhere. We even benefit from Nigerian Technical Corporation. We have doctors from Nigeria in my country,
Yes.
and lawyers usually, magistrates and this kind of people. So the talent is there. They want to give something back. I also take note of this door of return. Thank you very much. Very delighted to welcome you and to meet finally. But I've been following and I follow your activities, and we look forward to working with you. I mean, this is a first meeting, but we'll have more engagement. We'll share with us maybe some of the documents you have, and we set up a team to work with you in terms of how we can help you to develop your ideas and your programs, and also partner with you to support you where we can in terms of some of the events you plan to have, especially the African. I'm particularly interested in that because it has a Pan-African remit, so we can probably be able to make a stronger case, in the bank, and also than would be like a Nigeria-centric event. But the things you are doing will be so useful in terms of adoption in other places, experience sharing. So it's a matter of now sitting down, working together to develop this plan and game plan and strategy to be able to really monetize and help you, execute, your great ideas and initiatives that you have started in such a short time. I still cannot believe that all these things, because maybe it's in the last 2 years too that I saw some of this through Auntie Lola. At the time I go to visit her, as I say, you have all these Nigerians, contribute, sitting hours, talking about what they are doing. So, that shows you that they love their country.
Kudos, Mama Diaspora. We look forward to a successful engagement. The more we give Nigerians in the diaspora attention, the more we get better results from them. Such an insightful statement from the Secretary General of the Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific States, OACPS, Mr. Georges Rebello Pinto Chikoti. Enjoy the conversation.
The diaspora that we're looking at affects nearly all the Caribbeans, Brazil, Colombia, and so we need to theorize and look at how we can make such a meeting, or look at who we are in all those areas, particularly those coming from the African continent. So it is indeed very important. As I listen to your expose, I do realize, Your Excellency, that not many of our countries have been working on the issue of diaspora as well as Nigeria has. I do recall that when I was minister, we have a department which handles the diaspora. But one of the major failures is that if the society itself is not well democratized, then most of our staff went to talk to others based on their political convictions. And I think that a diaspora perspective should be open independently of whichever party someone belongs to. So indeed, I come from Angola. My country has failed a little bit on the issue of the diaspora. Initially, everybody was rejected. No, you run away, you come out, so you can't. But then we realized that we can't ignore that reality. But I now see that the way this issue is approached here is much general, is much global, and more attractive indeed, with all the ideas that I have indeed listened, because when you take into account the fact that their remittances are indeed an investment they're doing in the country, well, people don't see that, and yet it is. And we're in Angola. We do not know exactly how much the numbers are, but the diaspora is a community that has been going out. Well, we have those who went 300 years ago taken by force, but we have those who've been going out either for political reasons and those who have just migrated. So the numbers are generally high in nearly all countries today in the African continent. And indeed, I agree with you that the approach that the African Union should have on this issue should be an important topic. So the approach our department is having is to see if we prepare such a meeting at the OECPS level, what will be the topics to discuss, how can we call upon this, how can we establish a strong relationship, because as you may have noticed, indeed there are many associations, many organizations, and making something like that work out, it's indeed some work that needs to be done. I think one of the approaches we're trying to look at is how can we make a conference of diaspora representative, but as well one that can have a true impact. And in this case, the subcommittee indeed will be looking at how can we treat that issue, if at all, when it comes to take place. We will be very glad to stay in touch with you, and I will advise my deputy to make sure that we work with you on this preparation of the diaspora. And I think that will give us a lot of strength, because if you're supported by Nigeria in Africa or elsewhere, you make a step forward. And so we do count on you, Your Excellency, and we will work very gladly with you.
Like I keep saying, as long as Africa remains the way it is, seen as underdeveloped, the world will continue to look down on us all as black people.
True.
So whether you're in Africa, in Nigeria, or in Caribbean, or in America, we all have to come together. Because we now realize that the third generation are even more interested than the older ones.
Exactly.
So they are coming already, and it's like they now want to know their own history on hand, you know, not what they have been told. And they are very much interested in seeing what can they give back, even if it's just charity, even if it's just working with younger ones. Some do workshops, some facilitate training and all that. So we have a special program for that called the Home Strings Program. This is about Nigerians.
My God.
All over the world. We're just the greatest in the world.
You are indeed. You are. My God, this is very, very good.
Many thanks, sir. And good news, a comprehensive diaspora housing mortgage scheme is set to be inaugurated soon. This is coming after both the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission and the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria concluded the final stages of the diaspora housing mortgage policy. Here are the details.
Working with the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, the diaspora mortgage policy will do two things. One, enables the diaspora to open an account with you, be entitled to 15 million naira mortgage, and I'm sure they all want to build houses much more than that, which they can afford to do, and then be able to own their own homes through developers that, you know, are certified. So we'll cut all the duping and the problems encountered with Nigerians abroad. So Nigerians abroad can sit in the comfort of wherever they are abroad and be comfortable with the fact that yes, we can own our own homes. We've concluded all the arrangements, everything is in place, but just to take off. And then the new management came in. In fact, the minister, Minister Fashola, had actually introduced it at our last Diaspora Investment Summit. So we're here to just say, well, we're raring to go. And coming under a new leadership, we're hoping that we can just set a date for the final takeoff so that Nigerians in the diaspora who are looking forward to this will just start right away. Everything is in place. It's just the final flag off by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. And I think maybe there are a few T's and I's we need to dot. But really, this is a program that will be beneficial to Nigerians in the diaspora as well as Nigeria. So Nigeria received the largest remittances from its diaspora, and even much more than we anticipated. And that shows that engaging the diaspora is very beneficial. No country can grow without its diaspora. So we're saying beyond remittances, there's no more we can do like this. It's a good program that will attract them more. The Diaspora Investment Trust Fund is there for them too. The Diaspora Mortgage Team, the Diaspora Housing Program is for our diaspora. We have the best in the world and we cannot do without them.
Part of our collaboration at the very beginning was to design a process flow to determine the areas in which, or rather the procedure in which the diaspora can be able to access the mortgage scheme. We've done that. Eventually, the board and the directors approved the document. And then after that, we're able to now set up an interest form online for members of the diaspora. As I speak with you, about 1,700 of Nigerians in diaspora have already indicated interest to enroll on the program. And I believe they are only waiting for us to launch it. I'm sure by the time we launch it, it's going to explode. So at the moment, I think where we are now is that we are just waiting for the formal launching of the scheme. As a matter of fact, the bank has, at various fora in the last 2 years, prepared the grounds. The former MD, I think, in one of our National Diaspora Day in 2019, set the ball rolling. And since then, the members of the diaspora have been agitated to see that they've been given the opportunity to get involved.
Mortgage scheme, which was the policy that was approved by the last board. And we've also been briefed on the extent of arrangement that had been put in place for the launching. Unfortunately, due to change in the leadership, I think that was a bit stalled. But having come on and having met today with you, I can only assure you that we will fully resume the arrangement for the launching. From the briefing I've received, I was informed there's a committee that was set up to ensure that the launching is arranged and executed as quickly as possible. So I would mandate that the committee resume their discussions and come up with dates as to when these products can be launched, both locally and internationally. It's something that will deepen our mortgage market, because the role of FMBN really is to ensure that we provide the right platform for mortgage industry to thrive in Nigeria. And the diasporans are more enlightened when it comes to mortgage issues. They have the resources and they are really willing to invest in the housing sector in Nigeria. But for various issues and loopholes we have within the system, which tries to exploit their situation. So you tend to rely on relatives, friends back home to actually get their housing needs delivered. But in most cases, it doesn't succeed because people have a way of diverting funds that are meant for housing projects to other things to actually meet their needs. So it's a platform that we believe will be of immense value to Nigerians in diaspora.
This is indeed a great move. Kudos to both agencies. Now let's take a quick break. The Diaspora returns shortly.
Not so fast. Look, I'm tired. I want to check out of this country for greener pastures.
Just calm down for a moment. Please sit down.
Do you have a job where you're going to?
No, but someone is arranging, Listen, Alinko. Checking out of this country without proper planning means one thing. Unimaginable begin. I've been in the diaspora, but legitimately doing great things at home and abroad. As I've been saying, without the proper footing abroad, the risk is not worth it. Listen, Alinko, it's better to be home than be trapped abroad, or even end up in prison.
Welcome back. Now let's join Deborah and Nelechi for a quick interview with Mr. Sylvester Osage, a diaspora Nigerian who is the faculty administrative head of the Pennsylvania State University, USA. Enjoy. For how long have you been the diaspora?
I have been a diasporan since 1987. I did my undergraduate studies at the University of Ibadan. I had my first and second degrees in sociology and went to Cornell University, where I had a second master's degree in organizational behavior, and I did my PhD in organizational behavior. And after my PhD, I went to Penn State to be a professor there, professor of labor and employment relations.
Our president has given us 3 mandates. 1, non-compromise, you must be a good ambassador of Nigeria. The second is that wherever you find yourself, you must excel. Be it media, sports, academics, whatever, you must excel brilliantly. And the third and most important is you must remember home. Wherever you go, you must remember home. Remember, because they said east or west, north or south, home is always the best. So, sir, in what ways are you giving back to the homeland?
I particularly like the idea of being a good ambassador, because those are the kinds of things that we engage in at Penn State. We send people out, being in the office of global programs, we send people to other countries, and we want them to be good ambassadors to Penn State. With respect to Nigeria, I want to represent the country well. Many people, if not most people, know that Nigeria is my country of origin, and anything I do reflects positively or negatively on the country. So I'm very, very conscious of that. I want to make sure that everything I engage in reflects positively on the country.
And so what are you currently doing?
I am looking at different projects, different challenges, and wondering how best I can contribute. One of the things that I enjoyed the most when I was in Africa is the high caliber, high quality educational system. It's true that I went abroad. I went to Cornell and got a master's degree, got a PhD, have been teaching, have been interacting with different categories of people within academia. What I gained as a student here is what I built on when I traveled abroad. It's always helpful, it's always important not to forget home.
Thank you for staying all through the program. We hope it's been worth your while. And in case you have anything to share with us, please do not hesitate to do so, as we expect feedback on our show. Remember, you can reach us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, on Instagram at nidcom_gov, on our YouTube page at nidcom_gov, on our Twitter page at nidcom_gov, and on our website at www.nidcom.gov.ng. You can also join us on DSTV at NTA Network and NTA International on Tuesday at 3:30 p.m., on NTA International on Friday at 3:30 a.m., on NTA International on Saturday at 11 a.m., and on NTA News 24 on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. And you can join us on WAP TV on Thursdays at 9 a.m. and on WTV on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8:30 a.m. And you can join us on Ben TV London at 4:30 p.m. on Saturday. I remain your host, Koinsola Adetumbi. See you next time.